live, and I realized that we were having network problems, so the live ended. Yes, so I came back again. So those of you who are on the first live and you are joining, just let me know in the comment. Family, we have very interesting conversation. The world has come to the point where truth must be told. It has become truth must be told. That is where we are right now. The world, from the east to the west, all the way to Africa, going to Asia, wherever you find yourself in this world right now, be it on geopolitical landscape or local political landscape, according to your country, it has come to the level where, please, truth must be told. That is where the world is right now. That is where the world have gotten to. You know, the way you and I, we wake up in our countries and we are not happy with certain things, and then we protest against our government individually. Ghana, we even did some protests recently. Kenyans, the way they protested, how do you call it? Togo also protested. What happened at the UN 80th Assembly? That is protest. That was a protest. You see, the UN is now like a sickling. The UN, the organization, is sick. And I'm telling you that when all the people gathered, this is what I observe. I'm speaking and telling you what I observe. When all the people gathered, the global leaders from the West, from wherever, all over the world, coming together, including African leaders. It's just like medical personnel coming together to solve a problem, a medical problem. Somebody is sick. And from the speech of Donald Trump, from the speech of the Western leaders, all the way to the Middle East and coming back, nobody have the medicine to cure the UN except African leaders. I'm telling you. When you watch, I followed through. I followed through completely. I sat down, listening one after the other. And I've concluded that the survival of the UN into the future is solidly on the shoulders or in the words of African leaders at the UN General Assembly. And you see, one of the things I would say is that, sadly, I have to announce this to you, sadly, I need to announce this to you, sadly, that the UN is not going to listen to African leaders no matter what they say. I have proof. If you want to see the proof, write 100. I have proof. They are not going to listen to us. That is fact number one. Why did I say they are not going to listen to us? 80 years, African leaders after leaders making the same request, speaking of the same thing. The only difference this time is that our leaders have decided to, not to go around words, but to hit it hard, and they did that. That is the only difference this time. But for so many years, let me just put it like that, the UN has been playing racist and how do you call it? I don't know which English I should use, but they look at themselves as they are the Ogboro, the big men, the Lord over the rest, and they don't listen to anybody. When you check Ruto said African should have 2 seats at least. The representative of Mali said we should have 2 permanent seats and 5 non-permanent seats. The president, John Dramani Mahama, said we need 1 seat. Let me explain this scenario before we move forward. Why did the president of Ghana said we need 1 seat? Why did he advocate for 1 seat? He advocated for 1 seat because that made me to understand that the leader of Ghana was not just speaking a script. He was speaking and pushing an agenda. He was pushing agenda at home. So when he got to town, he's speaking, and the speech must reflect with his agenda. Let me explain. When we talk about the unity of Africa, when we want to stand on the unity of Africa, let me first of all address the issue of the permanent seat. Then we move forward. Don't worry. The conversation is going to be amazing. It's going to be long, but it's going to be amazing. I need more likes. I need more likes. Do that for me. I need more likes. And check yourself. If you are not a subscriber, do that for us. Now, this is it. When we said, okay, we want to unite as Africans and have one voice, we don't need more than one seat. I hope I'm making sense. If us, we want to unite and have one voice, definitely if we unite, we can't have 2, 3 voices. No. We can only have what? One voice representing the entire continent. So we don't need 2 seats, only one. It's enough for us to speak. Because once we speak, one is speaking for all of us. So when the president said we need one permanent seat, believe this is the line, okay, he's going. Now, William Ruto said 2 seats, 2 permanent seats and 5 non-permanent seats. I think it's just to, I don't think William Ruto understands exactly what he's saying. I think William Ruto is looking at the future of the unity of Africa as something that is in the 19s, something that is going to be tetete. It's going to take tetete to come to pass. It simply means that you don't even believe in the unity of Africa, that we can actually have one voice representing us. So they are advocating for what? 5 and 2. Some also say, but Mr. President John Dramani Mahama said, look, we need one. And I agree with him on that. Somebody will say, oh, official survivor, do we need a seat here at all? At the UN, we need a permanent seat. Why won't you just, get out of that and, form our own system and all that? Yes, I agree with you. But this is it. Let's look at it from this side. The collective agenda to preserve peace on the globe involve everybody. And currently, the UN is the only institution available for that. Just that these days it's become invalid, or let me say it is being, it's not functioning. Let me just put it that way. So, since that is the only institution available for now, as we are working to create our own institutions that will speak for us, that will bring peace on our continent, we must, stretch off our hands and work with the institutions that is already available. Because you see, sometimes when the UN Security Council, when they are voting, most of the time one nation would spoil would disagree, and then everything is just like that. That is how it is. If once one nation disagree, that's all. Whatever you agreed, you are agreeing on. Once one nation disagree, that is all. So assuming Africa is there to speak on global issues, I think it will make sense. Even if we can't make a lot of impact, there will be that challenge, in the room. There will be that heat in the room. But this is like some Europeans come together and then they just have agenda already, and they will come and play, the video in front of us. So it's just like a playground where these people, they plan the team from the indoor, they come outside and display it outside. Most of the time, that is how it has been. Most of the time, it has always been like that at the UN Security Council. So the issue of us having a seat over there is a good topic that our leaders actually raise over there. But the truth is that nobody is going to listen. Ask Mugabe. Mugabe ask and ask. Nobody mind him. Mugabe requested. They did not mind him. I'm telling you. leaders, former leaders, African leaders, they spoke about this, spoke about this, spoke about this. It means that they are determined not to give it to you. And the truth is that the system is a system designed to keep you out. You know, when people make mistakes, it's a different thing. When let's say the UN, there's a mistake. Maybe they come to realize that, oh, Africa should actually be part of this UN Security Council and blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's a mistake. Maybe they didn't think about it or they didn't think it through very well. That is not what happened. It was deliberately to push Africa out. So when your leaders are coming to, have this conversation with them, it's just like pouring water on the wall. But the truth is that African leaders actually, they were on guard. They came prepared. You can see that they are tired. And John Dramani Mahama actually made it clear that, look, what will come out of the future of this world, the position of Africa will be consequential. And I think they just listened to that and they did not pay attention to that very well. But that was a serious statement. And he went down to make them understand that, look, we are okay. We are going to welcome investors. Okay. But the deals are not going to be like first. As you come and then take bigger portion of the share, that thing needs to stop. And I was happy that these things were not said at the African Union meeting, but at the UN, European Union. These are the people who need to hear the truth. But there was the problem at the European Union, the UN Assembly, General Assembly. There was a problem, serious problem there. Let me explain to you. You notice that when African leaders mount the podium to speak, the room is actually empty. Huh? How many of you noticed that? Anytime African leaders they mount the podium to talk, you see that the room is empty. Only some few individuals are in the room. When you look at them critically, you see that these are some Africans who are there, and also the president of the leadership. Okay, yes, the leadership. If her ex, what do they call them? Madam President. Yes, that lady. She's the one in the room with the people who are on the panel and some few on the ground. You see the majority of the people were not paying attention to African leaders. All of them, especially the European side, they don't take African leaders serious. But when even when Donald Trump came to speak, watch the room was full. But when African leaders mount to speak, it looked like, no, these guys they don't have anything to say. I think I'm not blaming the people who don't want to even listen to African leaders, because this one will come and talk 40 minutes go. This one will come and talk 20 minutes go. This will come and talk all of them saying the same thing. Sorry about that. Then out and came back. Now, I was saying that the reason I'm not blaming the people who don't want to even listen to African leaders, because these people, all of you will come. This one will come and talk 40 minutes and go. The second one will come and talk 30 minutes and go. The next one will come and talk 20 minutes and go. And all of you are saying the same thing, though, but in different vocab and grammatical context. It is ear pinching. So they will go, but assuming you are one, and they know that a voice of 54 country is coming to speak, I mean, that will vibrate people too, because it's just Africa speaking. It is not Africans or African leaders speaking, but Africa speaking. Am I making sense? This is even some of the reasons why when all of them are done speaking, and the truth is that, you see, African leaders must understand that this is dividing us. Some of you are speaking French. The English community is not benefiting from what you are saying unless we translate it. Some of you are speaking English. The French community, they are not hearing what you are saying unless we translate it. So there's that division already. So what you need to do is to come together. So when you speak one message, it can be translated into just two. You understand language, like English and French. And everybody have access to it. Instead of this one, we have to translate this one. We have to translate this one. Who have time for that? Are you people understanding me? The Sahel got only one representative to speak for them. On the women's side and the men's side, period. And the message was powerful. That's all. Yeah. Are we together? So I think we need to have a way of letting our leaders understand that the peace messages are not making effect. They need to come together. Now, Donald Trump and Mr. President John Dramani Mahama actually clashed on so many occasions when he was speaking. He clashed with Donald Trump. I even put that video. If you watch that video, put 100 in the comment. I did a whole lot of hard work on that video, but I don't know why it didn't go viral. It didn't go the way I expected it to go. So I think, but I know many people you watch that video. The president actually schooled Donald Trump completely. He schooled Donald Trump and others. I even posted that video on TikTok. Just that I don't want to touch on the Middle East, what is happening there, because on this platform, when we touch on anything happening there, the automated algorithm, monitoring will begin to happen. So I'll just drop that. But on other stuff like migration, now, when Donald Trump came to speak, one of the things I noticed is that he doesn't have a direction to his speech. The man came, first of all, and let me be frank here. Let me be frank. Let me go straight forward and be frank here. How many of you know that Donald Trump, his elevator got stuck and his teleprompter too had a problem? Let me explain to you what happened. I believe Donald Trump was set up. They just want to make something out of Donald Trump because they know after the meeting, the person trending the most, at the UN General Assembly, well, is Donald Trump. The media know Donald Trump, and Donald Trump know the media. Donald Trump understood the media game very well. How many of you watched that video? There was a time he went to a particular meeting, interview. When he got there, I'm trying to make you understand how Donald Trump, I'm trying to give you evidence of Donald Trump knowing what the media is capable of and understanding the media game. When he got to the interview, they give him that bar chair. Two of the bar chairs are there. That bar chair, that when you sit on it, then it will be turning like this. And there's nothing even to hold your bag. What you're supposed to lean on is very small there. So when you sit on the chair, you can hook yourself like this, but at the end of the day, you are easily to fall whenever the chair turns like this. They said, when he got there, no, these people, they said, he said he's not going to sit on that chair. Why? Because they put that chair there for him. If he sit on that chair, definitely there will be a scene, a drama will happen, and that drama can give high view to the media. Yes. So he said, no, he's not going to sit on that. You understand? So he understood the game. When he was going and climbing, you see that everybody was going normally on the elevator, the remote step. No. The moment chairman got there and this was going on, it stopped. And you can see that truly they wanted, they bounce a little bit. It's just they just want to create something out of Donald Trump. Let me be honest with you. They just want to create something. Yeah, he threw the chair away. They just want to create something. And you see that everybody, the cameramen, they were so on him. They were on him and the wife. They knew that something is about to happen. So they wanted to make a scene out of him. Now, why did the teleprompter stop working? Let me explain to you. All the people that came, why Donald Trump? What happened is that when Donald Trump speak through his script, it will not be too dramatic. It will not be too dramatic and chaotic. But when the man speak off script, it's a problem. He will always go offline here and there, and then make mistake here, even say things he's not supposed to say. That is Donald Trump for you. But on script, it is he can control himself after he's done. Then you understand. So they did it intentionally to make him say things that they will, boost the media. They understood the game very well, and they play on him. And he also, when he came to speak, he did not spare them. he pointed out his disappointment straightforward. You people are in trouble. Is that the person who is controlling the teleprompter is in trouble? And immediately, investigation should happen in the issue of the remote escalator or escalator, whatever you call it. Is it the escalator? Is that not what they call it? Yeah, beautiful. So you see, that was the first drama. The second drama that got my attention, I was a little bit like off, is that Emmanuel Macron, after the meeting, the first meeting, Emmanuel Macron is supposed to go to the French embassy. Yeah, I think French, yeah, he's going to the embassy. A whole president was stopped by police because Donald Trump is coming. He's a motorcade or whatever they call it. You know that their vibe, no? Donald Trump is coming. And I think Macron had some nice sense of humor. He called Donald Trump and said, guess what? They stopped me because you are coming. It was a nice vibe there. But it tells me how Europeans or the people out there set system that value rules and regulations. Africa here, you can't stop any president no matter what. You can't do that here. The person is going to be like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm the president. I'm this. There will be chaos there. Even the bodyguards are going to assault the police. Do you think it is Africa and the president? That little Frenchman, he did very well there, though, in terms of the way he handled the police officer who stopped him. If it's Africa or African president there, on this continent, and you are stopping him because his fellow, president is coming, that will be a problem. Sure. The bodyguards are going to beat up that police officer. They are going to harass the police officer. They are going to do a lot of things here and there, and then it's going to be chaotic. But yeah, that is Europe. This is Africa. We go by force, by fire. Now, there's a problem that I have a problem with William Ruto. I don't know the reason why William Ruto, I think he's the only one who actually pointed out all our visions that the African Union put in. They are working on how we should have one currency. Yeah, African Union is working on how we have one currency. It's just taking too long for them. I don't know why. One currency, how we can have one, African bank, African Development Bank, solidly, African payment system, African financial system, African owned financial system. For us, that will make us independent from the Western financial institutions like the IMF, the World Bank, which has become, the rope that they are using to hook our neck. I don't know what happened. The chairman just went in there and was giving a speech, and in the middle of the speech, he just poured everything out. Like he just exposed their plan and how everything out. I was not okay with that. Let me explain the reason why I was not okay with that. It's just like, we can be brought. These things are already in the news, I know, but you see, it's just like, all of us, we are locked in chain, and we are in a prison house and locked in chain, and then there are guards, okay, making sure that we don't break the chain and we don't get out, and we don't even have any key to open the chain and go. Now we are in the chain, And luckily for us, we are able to manage to get some key somewhere. And we are planning to open the chain and boot out of the camp or out of the prison. So when we open the chain, then we are going to hit the gas. And after hitting the gas, we open the prison door and we go. That is the plan. We are not supposed to call the guards and let them know that this is what we are going to do. We just have to do it. You understand? Or let's say we are not going to hit the guards, but we will go through the back door. Okay, then liberate yourself and go through the back door. And then here we are, you call the guard, hey, and the guards then, okay, now we have a key. And this is the key we are going to use to open our door, our chain. And after opening the chain, we are going through the back door. You are letting them know. African leaders, I don't know the reason why they are fan of how do you call it? They are fan of always wanting approval from the West. I don't understand. I don't get it. What is the point in pouring all your visions out there to them? They will counter you. That's even they even know those are the things you people are planning, which is the reason why they're even trying to mirror you this time the more. This is a fact, family. These are facts. So I don't know. Africa Union brothers, they need to be keeping something secret small, because these are people who came together to make sure that you don't come together. Let me explain. Donald Trump said something. Let me expose that into you. That message Donald Trump was giving was to Africans. Let me be frank. Donald Trump gave a message and he said, your countries are going to hell. You have to the fair, free border or open border experiment, because your countries are going to hell. That straightly was to Africans. That is how Berlin Conference, they divided us and put the border between us. Like, hey, these people from this country, the Nigerians, hey, they are a threat to you. Don't allow them to come to your country. Hey, Togolese, hey, they are a threat to you. Don't allow them to come to your country. Hey, the Cameroonese, these people, if they come to your country, they are coming to vandalize your things. So they are not serious. So these people, they are, that is how they do it systematically. And then they put these divisions among us. So we are afraid to let this one come in. We have suddenly forgotten that the continent was open before they came to tell us that don't allow this one to come in or to come in. That is what we forgot. We forgot that part of the conversation, that the borders were open, we were living. Now, let me tell you, when Donald Trump is saying that your countries are going to hell, so close the borders. Why won't United States border, each state having their own border? Let's ask that question. If that is true, then all the states that came together and they formed the United States, why won't they close border among each others? Yeah, when you do that, then we can agree. If you think that unity among us, we can move among ourselves, smoothly, it will be a problem. Then why won't you close the borders? Put borders between California and these things that you have over there. And yeah, how about that? We just want to understand that, because what we need actually is a good system, security system. That's all. In the United States, when you commit a crime, whichever state you come from, they will find you. Make sure they will find you. You can't run away. They will find you. They will find you. The system is put in place to check it. So the open borders and free movement doesn't affect security. So what we need is not to close our borders, but proper security system put in place. That's all. Even if you are talking about people coming to your country and committing crime, don't you have criminals in your country who are citizens of your country? Go to the prison house. Most of the people in there are the citizens of the country. What are you people talking about? That's why I disagree with Ghanaians recently. When they say Nigeria must go. Because listen, the people that the United States is sending back home, they can't go back again. Why? The system makes sure that you don't come back. That is what we need. In the United States, the people that they are saying they are illegal migrants and they are criminals or whatever, and they are sending them back home. You cannot come back. The system makes sure that you don't come back. You can't bypass the system. But in Africa, like Ghana, like this, we don't have that system in place to begin with. Because even if you sack all the Nigerians away today, tomorrow they all can come back without your system even detecting them to know that these are the people you took away. So a system must be placed or be put in place to get the right thing done. The solution to curb criminal activity is not the closure of borders. Recently, the police of Ghana, let me say this to Ghanaians, we move forward. The Ghana police arrested plenty people who committed robbery. Whether they are planning to do another robbery and they arrested them or something like that. Ghanaians. So when you are talking about closing borders so that we don't have criminals in your country, please. In every country there is a criminal, there are criminals and there are non-criminals. The country is a mixture of. If you think your country, your citizens among yourself cannot do criminal activity, open your door down in the night, sleep. Before you wake up, everything will finish. You wake up and you ask yourself if you are in heaven because all your things surrounding you are not there. Your brother came to take them. So the issue of Donald Trump telling us that we should close our borders and no, it's a speech to make Africans to tighten their border security more. What we need to do is to put a system in place, not to close border against each other. That is what I believe in. That is what I believe in. That is what I know is the right thing to do. Because the United States is united. They are not divided. Borders divide you. The borders divide us. That is it. That's why the United States, they don't have any border between them. They are free to move from year to year, but the system is working. When the system is initiated, thank you so much. So that is it, lovely family. Now, on the issue of Donald Trump calling migrant criminals, you know, Donald Trump has this attitude of referring to migrants as criminals all the time, almost all the time, countless times. He said it countless times. The president of Ghana came in and then refuted that, told him that, look, these people are not criminals. And he pointed Donald Trump to migrants who actually became goodwill individuals in their own society. Mention some few who play a vital role in high positions, brought peace and, you know, did pretty good things, and they benefited from pointing him and making me understand that no. When you say they are criminals, you're not telling all the truth. Some are criminal, but the truth is that we have good people among them, and majority of them are not criminals. So you see, the president of Ghana took it upon himself to school Donald Trump. Listen to the speech. He was just schooling Donald Trump. He was just schooling him. And William Ruto on the other side, when you check William Ruto and the president of Ghana, they were all saying the same thing. But, you know, as I said, in a different grammatical form and vocab form, you know, different English and different versions. But when you look at it, they are all asking the same thing. So they are just, expressing their disappointment and things. But the truth is that these people are not going to listen to you. Our leaders listen to us. They are not going to listen. The UN will never reform itself. The UN will not reform itself to favor Africa. That is not going to happen. That is a truth we must swallow it at once. Once we know that, I think we will have peace. It will continue like this, on and on. The UN is now compromised. So the world right now, any nation can just wake up and invade another nation. And then the conversation will just be going like that. Nothing is being done. So right now, as we're speaking, it's either a new institution will be set in place or the UN completely be restructured. Completely. Full. Because right now, as it stands, there's no rule or regulation guiding the world. So few people have hijacked the activities and how the world should go on, and they are running things on their own. There are some people, they don't respect rules, regulations of this world. They don't respect the rules, nothing. They don't even respect the UN Security Council, nothing like that. They don't give a fuck about that. No, they don't care. They fig about it. So it's a problem, because if it is not like everybody can just jump on any nation and then how do you call it, attack the nation and do whatever, then we are going back to the jungle life. We are reversing the world back to the days of jungle, where the survivors of the fittest, that's how they call it. It's a conqueror. You conquer your brother and then take territory. That is what is going on right now. That is what is going on. If we don't take them, we are going back to the days of jungle life or jungle style, where you wake up and then you take territories and then you enter somebody's country and then you buy, and then take the portion of what you want and then mark it as yours and then you move forward. Or you can jump on any nation and then clear them all and then take we are going back to the jungle life where there is no law, regulation. The survivors of the fittest. So I think African leaders were actually speaking and saying that in this present time, their speech actually resonates, okay, with the reality of today. When you listen to Donald Trump, he was not going anywhere. Donald Trump was going like this. He was on, when you listen to Donald Trump, I think I have to do that video tomorrow. When you listen to him, he's all about Donald Trump is that, today we have been respected like no other nation has been respected ever. I've done this and this. No other president have been able to do that. We've been able to, drop this bomb on this particular nation because of blah, blah, blah. Nobody has ever done that before. And nobody on this earth, no country in the world, we have the best equipment. No country in the world have the best equipment to do that. And then you go to another one, and economy is the best in the world. Nobody come close. Like, it's just bluffing too. Hey, you should check my man for me if my man is not having papa also. I was listening to Donald Trump. He was not going anywhere. He was not coming. He was not going. It's just about showcasing how he's the CEO and nobody come close. The United States today is being respected. We're like no other ever in the history. I've been able to stop 7 wars. Nobody has ever done that before in the history of the world. It has never happened before. And we drop bomb on Iran and nuclear facility, totally obliterated. Has ever done that. No country in the world can do that. Only us. And we have the best. Donald Trump. Hey. I was listening to him, man. I was just laughing. I said, who is this, man? How many of you didn't listen to Donald Trump? I listened to his full speech. He was not going anywhere. I listened to Donald Trump's full speech. He's not going anywhere. If you watch the speech of Donald Trump, give me 100 in the comment. Chairman he's not going anywhere. Nobody can close. You understand? The speech is all about nobody can close. Nobody ever can close. Nobody can do that. I'm the only one who got wow. Anyway, lovely family. Thank you so much for being with me. I want you to do this for me. I mean, the like is very low. You know, the like is very low. Please, let's increase the likes. And something a little bit embarrassing also happened. The president of Senegal, I don't know what happened to Faye, whether the teleprompter disappointed him or his speech got missing. And Faye say again, oh, how many of you watched the embarrassment? Faye don't know what to say again. So Faye is just going left, right, left, right. Faye is gone. He was speaking and I think the teleprompter stopped or whatever happened, I don't know. Whether some of the speech got missing, I don't know. But the man became totally, completely lost. And the speech that Faye gave, it looked like, the speech looked like Emmanuel Macron wrote the speech for him. I don't know. But that's how many of us, we felt. The speech looked like it was written by the French president Emmanuel Macron. Yes. I think I need to, these are some of the things that require us to actually adopt a particular language for all of us. Because when certain things happen on the Francophone chat, the English community is missing. When something happened on the English chat or the Anglophone chat, the Francophone community is out. So that division is so loud. The division that French and English alone, these two languages has put between us, is just too loud. Let's put those apart. The division that these two languages brought between us. And they did it in such a way that systematically they took over the continent also like that. When you see the Francophone countries and our border, between us, you see that we have a problem. It was systematically to push us away from each other. From each other. You understand? I think the next live session, I need to open the map to make you see exactly what I'm talking about. To see exactly what I'm talking about. Huh? Because you see, when you see Ghana, when you see Benin and Togo, on the other side, Cote d'Ivoire. Now, those of us, communication with Cote d'Ivoire people is difficult. That division is there. How to communicate with the people who are also beside us, which is in the middle of Cote d'Ivoire and Togo. We can't communicate with these two people, so we are isolated. Now, the person who is also at the top of the continent, of the country, or at the top of us, which is Burkina Faso, we can't even communicate with them also effectively because they're also speaking French. So Ghana, as a country like this, you see us in the middle of Burkina Faso at the top, Togo here, Cote d'Ivoire here, and we are in the middle. We can't communicate with them effectively. That is the division. So the whole thing was systematic. Now, when you check Benin and Togo can communicate effectively. So Benin, Togo, and Burkina Faso can communicate effectively. Now, Nigeria cannot communicate with them. So they did it systematically to divide us. The language was also involved. So we need to find ways and means to unite, whichever possible way. Because the barriers that the languages put between us is too loud. Thanks to social media and AI today that we can translate things and understand what is going on. Somebody said, did you notice, somebody wrote that, did you notice Mahama give his full speech without looking into his speech sheet? Yeah, so he was actually using the teleprompt. He used the teleprompter. And I believe he said some certain things off teleprompt, off script also, but he used the teleprompter actually I'm replying to the person who put that in the comment. So we have found ourselves in the middle where, as somebody said, communication is completely lost among us. We can't communicate effectively among us. All right. So tomorrow I'm going to pull out some videos. Tomorrow, let me see whether I can come. We can meet 2 times on the page. Yes. Let me see if we can meet 2 times. What? Not the first time. So it is the same thing. The only thing that can save us from all this brouhaha is what Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, they are doing. Okay, to make sure that we have our own institutions, because all of the leaders that move from here to this UN, you spend a lot of money, go there, and they speak, nobody listen to them, and then they come back. So it's like the UN General Assembly is just a platform that you are not happy. I mean, well, come and complain and go. That's how they are treating our leaders. If you are not happy, come and speak. You pour out your heart and go. After all, you are not going to be the president forever. Another president will come with another bitterness. Will come and pour it and go. So I think African leaders need to stop it now and build institutions that respect Africa and have African value. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time with me this evening. Let me give shout out to some people, please. Let me give shout out to some people. Give me 100 in the comment. Let me give shout out to some people. Please, if we are 100 people, we are more than almost 100 people here. Please, I mean, like the live for me, family. I mean, whenever you are on, like the live for me and make sure that you subscribe if you are not a subscriber. So I want to see people on board. Please give me 100 in the comment. Let me give you shout out. Just write 100. Let me give you shout out. Write 100. Let me give you shout out. Yeah, I see Hansan, Abdi. I see Abdi Hansan. I see Mayway 123. Mayway 123 is in the house. Mayway 123 is in the house. Yes. Rosemary Matthew is in the house. We still have high view. Please like the video, like the live, click the like. Yeah, Rosemary, thank you so much. Daniel Roger is in the house. Yes. Maybe 123 also is in the house. Just everybody give me 100. Let's close it like that. Give me 100. Let's close it like that. Everybody give me 100. Let's close it like that. All right. I think we are done. Thank you. I appreciate you. Keep supporting Official Survivor. All right. My backup page. Yes, my backup account. We need to promote it. We need to make sure that we need to follow. We need to give 100K on that account, and please. So I'll share it. I'll share it in the community, and then we'll all follow that account for backup in case of anything. I think that backup account, we will be hitting the street with it. You know, we'll be hitting the street and going to places with it. So those of you who will be interested in that aspect, you need to follow that platform also. So thank you so much. I appreciate you. See you in the next episode. Respect.